Hello, dear students. I have come back again to teach you an important lesson of English communication. Dear students, when it comes to getting good marks, it is very clear that we should stand out with grammar and vocabulary both. As far as grammar is concerned, there is an important chapter of BT 103 English for Communication that talks about active voice and passive voice. Now, it's very important to understand for you as a student and as an English enthusiast what is active voice and what is passive voice. These two are the ways and method of making a sentence, framing a sentence, and giving an opinion. Dear students, active voice are such sentences that it starts with doer of a sentence. It means the subject of a sentence is the doer of the action given. On the other hand, passive voice are the pattern in which a sentence starts with object of a sentence. In grammar, we call it subject itself, but it is not the doer of the action, but the receiver of the action. इसको हम आसान भाषा में समझेंगे। एक्टिव वॉइस बात कहने का वह तरीका है जिसमें काम को करने वाला डूअर सबसे आगे होता है, जबकि पैसिव वॉइस बात करने का वह तरीका है जिसमें वाक्य की शुरुआत ऑब्जेक्ट से होती है, यानी कि उस नाउन या प्रोनाउन से होती है जो एक्शन का रिसीवर है। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट दिस वीडियो। लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस माई सेल्फ। आई एम चंद्र शेखर धामंदे, assistant professor at SIRT Applied Science Department, and I am here to make your English easy. So let's start. I am taking example of active voice and passive voice. Dear students, these patterns are there for most type of sentences. It means, for example, there are 12 different types of sentence in tenses. Out of that, we make 8 type of sentences into passive voice. 4 categories are there which cannot be changed into passive voice. There are certain reasons behind it. There are several models in English, and we can change the sentences into passive voice in the pattern of models as well. And there are different type of sentences which can also be changed into passive voice. So we'll take examples, some of them. We'll start with a very basic pattern of making sentences that is called simple present tense or present indefinite tense. What is present indefinite tense? When we talk about habitual pattern, when we talk about repeated action, when we talk about daily routine, everything that talks about your habit or repeated action is called simple present tense or present indefinite tenses. When we frame a sentence, these sentences always start with a subject, means doer of a sentence. We literally do not use any helping verb while framing these sentences. So just after the word subject, there is a word called verb. And we use the base form of the verb that we also call first form of the verb. If the subject of a sentence is third person and singular number, then we put s sound here and letter as well. It means if the subject of a sentence is I, you, or plural. I means first person, you means second person, and all other third person which are plural in form, they take first form of the verb. On the other hand, if the subject of the sentence is he, she, or any singular, he and she are also singular, but any other singular subject takes first form and additionally s or es letter with it. So this rule becomes very complicated for first time learners. So let's take example. I teach English. This is one sentence where I is a subject, teach is a verb, and English is an object. If we want to change into passive voice, first of all, we need to write the word object at the beginning of the sentence. Let me make it clear. This is called subject itself in grammar, but to make you understand, we are using this concept of saying object. We put auxiliary verb is am, and the verb is the past participle form, means third form of the verb, and then we add the subject at the end. So if there is doer in a sentence, It would be there at the end. Once again, let me make you clear. This is basically subject in grammar, and the subject is known as agent in grammar. But along with learning grammar, it is our responsibility to understand the concepts. So let's change this sentence into passive voice. I teach English. It becomes English is taught by me. I teach English is an example of active voice, and English is taught by me is an example of passive voice. So hopefully you understand the concept very well. Now, how can we make negative and interrogative out of that? So we must understand that negative sentences take helping verb do and does when we make an active voice sentence. Do does not. Do with plural and first and second person, while does is used with third person and singular number, followed by this word object. When we have to make the passive voice of it, then object comes first and the helping verbs are, is, am, are. And after putting the word not, we put third form of the verb. So if I have to say, I do not teach chemistry is an active voice negative sentence, and chemistry is not taught by me. I do not teach chemistry, and chemistry is not taught by me. So these are the examples of simple present tense. Let's take one very interesting example. There are such sentences, we call them imperative sentences. What are those? Imperative sentences are the sentences that starts with verb and gives an order, like read this book. इस book को पढ़िए. Read this book. Now, how can you make this sentence into passive voice? Because we don't see subject in this sentence. It is not there, like subject is not available. Subject is there, but it is neither written or not spoken. It's only understood. Read this book. It may be a request. We can put please before it. It may be a command, order, or it may be a suggestion. So in all these cases, read the book is an imperative sentences, and if you have to make the passive voice of it, so the pattern becomes let object be and past participle. Read the book becomes let the book be read. This is pronounced as read. Read the book, and the passive voice of it, let the book be read. Follow my instruction. Another sentence, follow my instructions. मेरे निर्देशों का पालन कीजिए. How can you change this sentence into passive voice? It let my instructions be followed. Follow my instruction is an active voice, and let my instructions be followed is a passive voice. So I'll give you one additional tip to translate this sentence from active voice to passive voice. These three are the words when we use imperative sentence. जब हम imperative sentence बोलते हैं, it can be request, command or suggestion. In this case, you can make this sentence into passive voice with this pattern. You are requested or advised or ordered to. Then use the first form of the verb. This is one of the patterns of making this sentence into passive voice. So improve your English. It's a suggestion. You are requested to improve your English. Sit down. It's an order. You are ordered to sit down. So dear students, in this interesting video, I have taught you about the patterns of active voice and passive voice. Hopefully you understood it. So if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you really want to help your friends, then share this video with others. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Enjoy yourselves.